They say when you stare into the abyss stares back. For Vex, the hybrid created by Goji Guy, this will certainly be the case. As she enters the Bay of Bengal, let her stare into the depths, and know for certain that something stares back. Hello there, my name is Dreadmir, and welcome to my little clinic. Today, my kin and I will be presenting a hybrid designed with the task of facing off against Goji Guy's own water hybrid, Vex, the water warlord hell-bent on conquering any she faces. Now, while I had planned for a lengthier video going into more detail about every feature we have, such as what I've done with my other hybrid, look out for that video, by the way. Due to Vex's rapid pace across the planet and constantly changing locations, we'll have to be a bit quick about this one. Let's begin with the reveal of our creature. I present to you Imperateuthis crystallus, also known as the Crystal Emperor Squid. 7 feet from fin to mantle, 16 feet from fin to arm, and 32 feet from fin to tentacle, weighing between 1,000 to 1,500 pounds. For our base, we will be using the giant squid. While it should be noted that giant squids are not known to inhabit the Bay of Bengal due to them preferring more temperate saltwater oceans, that doesn't mean it's impossible for them to be there. There have been at least 2 reported incidents in the past of giant squid attacks on fishing vessels. Not to mention the sheer depth of the bay, the relatively consistent ocean temperatures once you pass the twilight zone, as well as the spotting of sperm whales, the giant squid's natural predator in that area. I don't believe it's out of the question that a creature like Pyke could survive in that area. Living usually between 1,000 to 2,000 feet below the surface, and possibly going as deep as 3,000, the giant squid will contribute a sharp beak, 8 arms, 2 long tentacles, a powerful siphon, large fins, and an impressive eye. Our next specimen is the Humboldt squid. Also known as red devils, these squids are known for their aggression and fast-paced hunting style, while being intelligent enough to coordinate groups of hundreds of other squids, attacking perceived weak points throughout the body, using barbed tentacles to latch onto prey while a gnashing beak tears at them. For our third and final squid, we will be incorporating the glass squid for its excellent camouflage and nearly transparent body. While Pyke, yes, that's his name, while Pyke won't be able to fully hide his entire body due to the organs and beak inside him, he will still present a smaller target and be harder to track and see overall, allowing him to hang in the gloomy depths of the ocean with creatures swimming by him without even realizing, helping both with hunting as well as avoiding predation. Of course, transparency won't be Pyke's only means of deception. For our 4th species, we will be incorporating the mimic octopus, capable of camouflaging in its environment, mimicking the forms and behaviors of other creatures, as well as ejecting a cloud of ink for defense, if it does get caught. With Pyke's intelligence and long, numerous arms, his camouflage and mimicry will allow him to hide not only in the open ocean, but along rocky formations and even the sea bottom itself. Whether it's wiggling his tentacles to resemble eels or hagfish to lure in prey, taking the form of a ray to hide on the sea floor, or even mimicking the silhouette of a shark or small whale to deter predators. Speaking of hagfish, those are here too. Their contributions will be their slime production and chemical receptive whiskers. When attacked, the hagfish can deploy this slime in a fraction of a second, quickly expanding into the water, covering its assailant. This slime is not only a nasty surprise, but if caught in the wrong places, can impair a creature's vision, clog up their mouth, as well as block their gills if they can't remove it. Pyke's entire body will be capable of creating this slime, acting as a second defense alongside the ink squirt if he is grabbed. Not only will all the tentacles be able to produce a slime, but small whisker-like sensors along the tips of each tentacle will not only allow them to resemble a hagfish for additional mimicry, but will allow Pyke to pick up on chemical senses both on the seabed and in the water around him as his tentacles feel and move independently of one another. Pyke also has another set of receptors across his body, tentacles, as well as the small modified set of fins that resemble a crown on his head. These sensors will pick up bioelectricity, courtesy of our next species, the manta ray. While the ray's intelligence and beautiful wings will be incorporated in our design, it is their ability to pick up on bioelectricity that I want. Numerous sensors across the body can be used to detect creatures in their environment around them, whether they're hiding under the sand or in the deepest of waters. Though these electrical senses are best used for picking up signals within a few meters of the creature, there's plenty of research indicating that rays and sharks are capable of picking up on senses from hundreds of meters away. Coupled with the numerous tentacles, massive seeing eye, and chemical receptors, Pyke will almost always know what's coming. Our final two species will be contributing traits that will give Pyke the necessary bite to finish Vex. These will be the limpet and the blue-ringed octopus. As the teeth of the limpet are composed of some of the strongest materials in nature, including chitin and geothite. Combine this with Pyke's beak, and he will be able to penetrate even the thickest armor and hides. Once through, the octopus's venom will take effect. While the blue-ring octopus shares a number of traits with the other creatures on our list, the reason it's here is for its most potent venom. Being one of the most toxic creatures in the ocean, this small cephalopod has enough venom to bring down numerous grown men in mere minutes, its venom inflicting muscle paralysis and disabling their ability to breathe. At Pyke size, there would be enough venom to bring down creatures as large as whales, effectively drowning them as they sink to the bottom, regardless of the presence of gills. Now that Pyke is ready, let's go over our strategy. I will make a more in-depth fight scenario in the future, but for now, let's do a quick run-through. Pyke will be based in the Bay of Bengal, hanging around the twilight zone of between 1,000 and 2,000 feet down. There, he will be hunting for food or hiding along the rocky shelves. Vex will have to dive to find him, relying almost entirely on her echolocation in the dark. While her echolocation would be able to find him, Pyke's impressive eye and various senses would also pick up on her rather quickly. His numerous limbs and changing form constantly changing his image and throwing off Vex's sense. While not able to outpace Vex in a straight race, Pyke's siphon and flexible body will allow erratic, evasive maneuvers, allowing him to avoid Vex's charge, her momentum too great to turn fast enough, keeping him alive, at least for a time. Pyke's goal will be to outmaneuver Vex, so he can be in a position to firmly secure his barbed tentacles around Vex's body in a spot not only vulnerable, but also away from the snapping jaws. There, he will deliver his armor-piercing bite and inject Vex with his venom. I could see this happening one of a few different ways. 1. Pyke manages to outmaneuver Vex and deliver the bite. 2. Pyke manages to disguise himself either along the rocky formations or as another creature in the water. While Vex's echolocation would be precise enough to figure it out over time, she wouldn't expect it, and thus would be open to attack. And finally, if Vex does manage to get a hold of his tentacles, a puff of ink would allow for a quick escape, and a mouthful of slime from any tentacle still latched to her with their serrated barbs would send Vex into a coughing, vomiting fit trying to clear the slime and ink, leaving her open to attack. Once latched on, Vex would be unable to dislodge Pyke without any sort of arms or extra appendages, giving Pyke the necessary time to carve into her armor and blubber and deliver the venom. Even though Vex can breathe underwater with her gills, it would only be a matter of time before the venom takes even some effect, and she would begin to weaken, bringing her down into the abyss, her demise inevitable. While Vex is a formidable opponent, easily capable of destroying Pyke with one well-placed bite to the mantle, through a combination of intelligence, evasion, trickery, and venom, I say that with mid to high difficulty, Pyke takes the fight. Thanks for watching. A special thanks to Pyke's artist, Valkyrie, for helping to bring this hybrid's idea to life. Their VGen and other links will be included below. I hope everyone, including Goji Guy, enjoys how Pyke turned out. But until then, this is Dreadmir, signing off.